Ladies and gentlemen, good morning or good evening to everyone. Once again, you are welcome here on the Éveil de Conscience platform. In international news, the United States of America has just revealed its true face, a face that many Africans do not know. And we need to talk about it because our brothers in Africa continue to see these Western leaders as role models, as saints, as people we should look up to, people we should refer to. The American president, Donald Trump, in turn has decided to meet with the Syrian leader, al-Julani, also known as al-Shara, after he was warmly and grandly welcomed in Paris by President Emmanuel Macron, which had already caused quite a stir. Now it's America's turn to receive this man or to meet with him. The American president will travel from the United States of America to meet with this man who is currently the head of Syria. What needs to be pointed out is that this man had previously been declared a terrorist by the Americans and more broadly by the West. And this man was placed on the list of the most wanted terrorists in the world by the United States of America. And America has not yet removed this man's name from its list of terrorists. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is going to meet him. In any case, this is what the latest information coming from the White House tells us. So, what exactly is this about, ladies and gentlemen? What is driving Donald Trump to seek to trample on the very laws of America? What is driving Donald Trump? So, we are going to look at the debate that is drawing Donald Trump in, the Syrian minerals. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go deep into this. But before that, I ask you to share the video conference. Share it as much as possible. Give it lots of likes. Give it lots of likes. There you go. And above all, don't forget to share the video conference in all the groups. So, how does it all begin? Al-Julani, also known as Al-Shara, this leader here, proposed a deal regarding Syrian resources to Donald Trump. In other words, he is offering Donald Trump Syrian oil and gas in exchange for lifting the sanctions. He is offering Syrian oil and gas to Donald Trump in exchange for the lifting of sanctions. Al-Julani offered the United States all of the Syrian people's wealth in exchange for the lifting of sanctions, among other things. Several sanctions that had been put on the agenda against him and his group, since it must be said that this man is affiliated with Al-Qaeda. So, overall, this man is offering all of Syria's resources to America so that he can stay in power, so that his power can be protected. Since the Americans are not looking for, nor do they need, the values they themselves claim to uphold. That is, democratic values, sovereignty, and so on. The only value America recognizes is wealth. So, the man says, I'll give you the wealth, and then you reinstate me. You clear my name. The crimes that were committed and all that, nothing. So, Julani sent a public letter to Donald Trump. It's a public letter in which he presented a comprehensive proposal. American companies could, in particular, potentially obtain full access to Syrian oil and gas resources, as well as to the Syrian reconstruction project, along with collaboration in intelligence and peacekeeping operations with Israel. So, here are some elements from the content of the letter. So, The elements to which American companies and America will have access are these elements, some of which are mentioned here. If they agree, they will sign. And there will be cooperation in the field of intelligence. That means from now on, the Americans will work for him. In fact, the Americans will legitimize this regime from the ground up. So, what should be mentioned is that Al-Jawani also expressed hope for a direct meeting with Donald Trump in Riyadh. He called Donald Trump a peacemaker chosen by God. He says that Donald Trump is a peacemaker chosen by God. And when you flatter Donald Trump, he likes it. So afterwards, we have information that Donald Trump will meet with the Syrian leader Al-Jawani, who is still considered a terrorist by the United States of America. The meeting will take place in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. It should be recalled that Al-Jawani was the leader of the entity known as IS in Syria at the beginning of the conflict. So they were the ones who rose up against Syria. He later became the leader of the Al-Qaeda militias. He is the head of Al-Qaeda up here in Syria. Because at that point, he created the group known as the Al-Nusra Front. So it's a real breeding ground, that has come to power. Macron received him. Donald Trump is also preparing to travel to meet with him. They are going to sign the agreements. And then afterwards, all those who have gone to their eternal rest, we don't care. The fight against these breeding grounds, we don't care. Otherwise, under normal circumstances, if they have been recognized as breeding grounds because of the actions they have taken in the past, if they have been officially listed by the state that tries to be very serious and responsible, America, it should be for life. If he comes to power, his authority should not be recognized. Sanctions should continue to be increased and intensified. Demand that he step down from power so that the people can freely choose their leader. But you see, because of this, I'm telling you, these people have no values. Anyway, we will keep watching. Will Donald Trump confirm his attendance? Will he really go? We will continue to watch everything that comes out of this. We will come back to discuss it here on the Éveil de Conscience platform. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing the video conference as much as possible. I'll be back with you shortly with more news. This was the voice of your one and only Samurai.